In 2007, Andrew Dominik was seen as a critical darling for his western, The Assassination of Jesse James. Having already achieved prior success with Chopper, now Dominik was put on the map with the help of Brad Pitt, Casey Affleck, and an incredible crew, including Roger Deakins as the cinematographer. In 2012, Dominik once again held audiences' attention with Killing Them Softly, a morose gangster film that upended expectations but was well received. Excitement grew when it was announced that Dominik's next film would be based on Joyce Carol Oates' novel about Marilyn Monroe. Not only that, it was to star Ana de Armas. However, when Blonde premiered in 2022, it instantly faced a wave of criticism for its intense portrayal of Marilyn Monroe. Blonde was labeled as exploitative. But what if Blonde succeeds because it doesn't play into the icon's protected legacy? And is Blonde a misunderstood masterpiece, a film that aims to challenge? Blonde isn't a biopic in a traditional sense. Most biopics are forgettable. Oftentimes they are criticized, and rightly so, for casting their subjects in too clean of a light. On the other hand, Blonde is a nightmarish film that's almost a horror picture. Dominik has called Blonde a portrait in trauma. Blonde uses Marilyn's image to explore how fame dehumanizes celebrity culture, consumes and reshapes people into a commodity. And this film posits that happened to Monroe. Blonde features the disconcerting vibes and themes of Aronofsky and Von Trier films. Blonde intentionally refuses to show us the Marilyn we know, plastered across merchandise. Dominik's direction and the cinematography from Chase Irving drowns us in feverish surrealism. Irvin's work is mesmerizing and haunting all at once, having honed his skills on Spike Lee's BlacKkKlansman and Beyoncé's Lemonade. Ana de Armas plays Marilyn Monroe as a witness to a landscape of horrors that mirror her own fractured psyche. The film's visuals, from its shifts between black and white and color to its surreal touches, reflect Marilyn's depression and disassociation. Ana de Armas is fearless, capturing vulnerability and hidden strength within Marilyn. The film aches for her in every frame. Some have criticized Ana de Armas's accent, or have written her off completely because Blonde disturbed them content-wise. But the best biographical performances aren't impersonations. Instead, Armas rides the scenarios thrown at her with incredible range. Armas instead channels the essence of Jean. We're able to understand Marilyn as a human being struggling against a life that was never fully her own. Dominik and Armas go to extremes. However, Blonde holds up a mirror to old-school Hollywood, and by doing so reveals the destructive attitudes we still place on those in the spotlight. We must confront our complicity and see the dark interpolation of the myths we built for Jean and then trapped her within. Blonde is brutal yet a landmark biopic, and the reactions to it only emphasize how important it is. Blonde is an unforgettable, masterful film that tears apart the images we've curated for an icon.
Every time I see her, every time I drive around LA and I see her, it's always meaningful to me. It's like a star exploded, right? It's like a star exploded and there's dust of her. It's interesting, they call them stars, and stars, the light of stars reaches us after the star is extinguished, Now I'm sure it's not the reason why they called them stars, but that's what she is. Her light reaches us. Literally, it's the light of her that reaches us after she's long gone.